Hi guys, welcome back to Mr. Movie Miles. I'm your host Princess Concon, and today we're going to be reviewing Daredevil Born Again episode 7. Let's get into it. I want to start off by talking about Muse. Interesting character, but the reveal of his identity didn't really stick the landing for me. I know we saw this character out of his mask a few episodes ago, but I feel like we should have saw more of him and maybe a whole episode about who he is and why he does what he does a little bit more. I understand why he does what he does, but it kind of just fell a bit flat for me. The scene where he's obsessed with Vanessa, and he's got, is it Vanessa? No, not Vanessa. Matt's wife, not Kingpin's. Yeah, he's obsessed with her, and that whole interaction is really well done. Really, I enjoyed it, but it fell flat because we didn't really connect with this character because we'd only really seen him under the mask. So, bit of a fail there, in my opinion. But what are you gonna do? But let's talk Matt this episode. I didn't really like him at the start. He kind of gaslit his missus. When his missus sees the bruises on him, he's kind of like, oh yeah, this is just a reality of my life. I'm like, no, I know you're blind, and bringing awareness to that is great, but you can see in many other ways, he doesn't need his cane. He's blind, but he's blind, but he can see, I guess. I don't know. It's a lot more complicated than that because obviously his senses are heightened. But anyway, I didn't like how he gaslit his missus. It's not on. But Matt goes into full detective mode and goes back to the crime scene where he took on Muse, and he feels a painting and then he figures out that that's his lady. I don't believe that I know that it's kind of punching, it's kind of stretching, that wouldn't happen. And I know he did touch her face in the beginning of the episode, so it works in terms of a narrative, but yeah, it was a bit far-fetched. And this is coming from Marvel, something, superheroes, that's far-fetched as it is, but yeah, I didn't buy it, didn't like it. Also, seeing Matt being a detective, I don't think that's something that he normally does. I know he has people to do it for him, and he can't see, so he can't see what he's actually picking up. It's really weird. They get away with it, it works in the show, but I don't know, maybe I don't want to see him be a detective really in that way. That's just me personally. And Matt does find out where what Muse is up to, so he goes to save his lady. But before that, we get Muse and I can't remember her name. His lady, I can't remember. It's not Vanessa. Anyway, the therapist lady, we're going to call her, and Muse are having their therapy session, and we find out that he is a bit of a nutter. Which we already know, his dad or his parents made him do martial arts, I think it was, and that's how he's so good at fighting. But he also killed his martial art instructor back in the day. Yeah, there's not really much to the scene's interesting, it's tense, but I feel like we could have just done with an episode with this character and find out a little bit more about him, but we just don't. So after finding more about Muse and what his deal is, they keep talking, and then he goes to attack the therapist, and he kind of ties her up and begins to try and drain her blood like he did with the White Tiger, which it is grim. It's really grim, really dark, which I like that Marvel are doing more. Yeah, I don't know, it just didn't feel... I didn't care. I don't care for these two characters that much, and I wish that I did. I really only care for Matt and Fisk, but maybe in future episodes we can see a bit more of these other characters. Well, not Muse, because, spoiler alert, he does die. But as they keep fighting, it's really intense. It's quite horrific to watch, if I'm honest. In a good way, it's entertaining. But Matt comes in broad daylight, which I kind of have a problem with, and I think a lot of people do. It's not something I've seen or know Daredevil to do, just fighting in the middle of the day. I get why he does it, it makes sense, but they could have easily done that scene at night or in the evening or as the sun's setting, whatever. Matt fighting in the day, just not for me. The fight scene is not my favourite either. It's quite choppy, it's edited together really badly. Just leave the camera still and let me see the fight. I don't know why this season it's so much jump cuts and just really weird editing. And they do it a lot now in Marvel, and it's just leave the camera still and let's just watch the fight. But they don't want to do that. So Matt comes in, and there's a really cool scene where Matt impales Muse in the shoulder, which I really liked. I like this kind of edgier side of him. I still need a hallway fight scene, not like the one at the beginning. I need a better one because that's what we want. Well, I want. But yeah, the fight was okay, I guess. But anyway, his missus kind of saves the day and shoots Muse and kills him. And fair point, like, she had to do it. But I wanted more from Muse, but we just didn't get. I don't know what I want more from him. I want to connect with him. I want to know why he does what he does. Like, let me see his point of view a little bit more. But yeah, fell flat. And then we get Fisk. Fisk was a bit slow this episode, his storyline, but I like at the end that he kind of takes control of the situation of what happened with the therapist and Muse, and that he kind of says like, oh yeah, we're here to save the day and not these vigilantes, which I really like, and I want to see more of that going forward to see how he can kind of twist the narrative, because that's Fisk, that's what he does. So I do like it. Overall, it wasn't my favourite episode. I feel like it could have been a lot better. The action's a bit meh at the minute for me in this episode, but you know, we've still got a few more episodes, I think. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. If you like this video, leave a like and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.